Ever felt like you're a different person in different situations? This thought makes us wonder, doesn't it? It's important to understand mental health. Just like our bodies need to be healthy, so does our mind. Mental health is important because it affects our thinking, feelings, and actions. It helps us deal with stress, get along with others, and make decisions. If you're dealing with mental health issues, therapy can really help. It gives us a place to talk about our feelings, understand our thoughts, and learn how to cope better. One therapy that people are talking about a lot is internal family systems therapy, or IFS for short. IFS Therapy, created by Richard Schwartz, is a hopeful approach that helps us understand and deal with our inner world. It sees our mind not as one thing, but as a mix of different parts or sub-personalities, each with its own qualities and views. It's like having a small family inside your mind, where each member has a different role. Some parts could be carrying pain or trauma, while others try to protect us from feeling this pain. And then there are parts that try to keep everything normal and under control. Each part has a role and a voice. IFS therapy is great because it helps connect and balance our inner world. It teaches us not to ignore any part, but to understand and appreciate each one. It's about building a relationship with all parts of ourselves, even those that might seem scary or negative. What is internal family systems therapy, IFS? It's all about being kind, curious, and respectful towards our inner world. It's a journey of learning about ourselves, understanding ourselves, and being kind to ourselves. What are parts in IFS therapy and why they matter is the first step to better mental health. As we learn more about IFS therapy, we'll see how it can change our relationship with ourselves and with others. How are you feeling today? Let's explore IFS therapy, where your mind is like a family with different members. In IFS therapy, your mind has different parts: exiles, managers, and firefighters. Each part has its own thoughts, feelings, memories, and goals. Picture it like a house. The exiles are like kids living in the basement. They hold our deep feelings and tough experiences. They're the ones who feel the pain, the fear, the sadness. Usually, they are hidden away because dealing with their pain on a daily basis is too hard. The managers are like the parents in the house. They try to maintain control, avoiding anything that might upset the exiles. They're the ones who push us to be perfect, to make others happy, to stay busy. They keep everything normal and stop anything that might bring the exiles back up. Firefighters, however, are like the emergency workers. They act quickly when the exiles become too loud or scary. They might make us act on a whim, become addicted, or divert our attention to silence the exiles' distress. In a well-working system, these parts work together, but when they don't get along, we feel mixed up inside. For example, a manager part might make us work too much to avoid feeling lonely, which is what an exile might feel. But working too much could make us tired, causing a firefighter to step in with watching TV non-stop to the tiredness. IFS therapy helps us understand these parts and their roles, fears, and desires. It's about getting to know each part, realizing its purpose, and helping it find better ways to do its job. Knowing these parts can help us understand ourselves and heal. By understanding how these parts work together, we can start to manage our inner world with more kindness and smarts, making way for personal improvement and healing. Now that we know the parts, how do we use this in real life? The great thing about internal family systems therapy, or IFS, is that it's not just theory, it's really useful. IFS therapy helps us connect with our core self, which can help us heal. This self is not another part, but it's like our kind, brave, and interested center. Think of the self as a conductor of a band, where each instrument is a different part of you. The conductor doesn't play an instrument, but brings all the parts together to make a beautiful music. In the same way, the self doesn't get rid of or hide the parts, but helps them to work together, promoting inner peace. But how does this happen? It starts with getting to know each part. As we've talked about, parts might carry old pain or take on tough roles to keep us safe. By being interested in these parts and treating them kindly, we can start to understand their point of view and their job. Now, here's how IFS really works. Once we've made friends with a part, we can ask it to take a small step back. This doesn't mean getting rid of the part, but just asking it to take it easy, to trust in the self's guidance. the self takes charge. It can talk with the parts. It can help sad parts to feel better and protective parts to take it easy. It can tell the parts they are safe, they are listened to, and they are important. This process can help us heal and change deeply, allowing us to live more from ourself. In IFS therapy is about understanding, not blaming. It's about healing, not just fixing things. And it's mainly about bringing together, not getting rid of. It's about accepting all parts and guiding from the self, making a balanced and peaceful inner world. With IFS therapy, we can lead from ourself and create a balanced inner world. Like any therapy, IFS has its pros and cons. Let's look at some. Starting with the pros, IFS helps increase self-awareness by exploring our internal world and understanding our parts. This process of self-discovery can lead to deep insights, making us understand our feelings, actions, and reactions better. Another pro is that IFS helps cultivate self-compassion by seeing all parts as valuable and necessary, even those that might seem bad or disruptive at first. By accepting these parts, we can become more compassionate towards ourselves. This change in how we see ourselves can reduce feelings of guilt or self-blame, giving us inner peace. Also, IFS improves our relationship with ourselves by fostering harmony among our internal conflicts. This inner unity can even make our relationships with others better. However, we should also talk about the cons of IFS therapy. A big con is that the whole idea of having multiple internal parts can be hard to understand, especially for those who are new to self-reflection. It needs a willingness to explore one's inner self, which can be scary for some. Also, IFS therapy should ideally be done with a trained therapist. While some people might be able to do it on their own, many will need a therapist's help. This need can make IFS therapy harder to access for those who can't afford a therapist or don't have the chance to work with one. In the end, like any therapy, IFS has its good and bad points. It provides a chance for deep self-reflection and self-compassion, but its complicated nature and the requirement for a therapist can be tough. Though not for everyone, IFS therapy has helped many people improve their mental health. IFS therapy offers a new way to understand and heal our minds. But what does this mean for you? As we learn more about IFS therapy, it's important to think about how we can use it in our daily lives. Whether you choose to work with a professional therapist or try it out on your own, IFS therapy helps us understand our emotions better. Think of the mind as having different parts, each with its own special traits, motivations, and feelings. Some parts might be there to protect us, while others might feel more vulnerable. Some parts might be bold, while others might be scared. IFS therapy helps us recognize and understand these different parts of our mind. When we do this, we can start to figure out why we act the way we do, why some things upset us, and how we can handle these reactions better. Try to remember a time when you reacted to something in a way that surprised you. Was there a part of you that was trying to keep you safe? Or maybe a part that felt scared? By thinking about these things, we can find our parts and start to understand their jobs in our lives. IFS therapy helps us be more compassionate towards these parts. Keep in mind, there's no such thing as a bad part. Each part has its job and reason. The goal is to understand these jobs and learn to handle them better. This way of thinking can help us learn more about ourselves, accept ourselves, and even start to heal. It's like putting together a puzzle. As we understand each part, we get a clearer picture of who we are. We learn to appreciate our complexities instead of struggling with them. The great thing about IFS therapy is you can try it with a therapist or on your own. There are lots of resources out there, like books and online classes, that can help you with this process. Remember, improving mental health is a personal journey. With IFS therapy, we can understand and embrace all parts of who we are. Did you find this video helpful? Do you want to delve deeper into your journey towards better mental health? If so, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We regularly post insightful videos on different therapies, including IFS therapy and a range of mental health topics. Subscribing will keep you updated with our latest content, ensuring you have all the resources you need at your fingertips. So, why wait? Be a part of our community, share your journey, learn from others, and let's work together to understand and heal our minds. Remember, understanding is the first step towards healing. Let's take this step together. Subscribe now and let's continue this journey towards better mental health together.